While we wait for a response, let me show you something very cool that you can do, which is going to save you a bunch of time. I have now these conversations on WhatsApp, so I can copy these and paste it into Claude Code. And I can also go to the other conversation, grab all of these as well. Above this, I have a skill that's called create skill right here. And what that does is that creates a future skill for Claude that we can then utilize over and over again. And this skill is very good at creating those Claude skills. If you want that Claude skill together with all of my other skills, you can grab it completely for free inside of our free community. Just go inside of Classroom, go to Learning Hub, and then go to Claude skills right here. Here you have a folder with all of my Claude skills you can just download and install. If I then write create skill, I can write, I want to create a skill that is called Albert DM, for example. This skill should teach how to behave and talk and DM like Albert. So if someone says, how would Albert reply to this, and insert a conversation, then the skill should be able to give a response like Albert would respond. How would we create such skill? Use these real conversations from Albert to determine how Albert communicates. Then hit enter. This is an extremely useful thing that you can do for a couple of reasons. The first reason is, of course, that I can now give you this skill as well. I can upload this together with all of my other skills. And every time you have a conversation with a potential client and you don't really know how to respond, you can try this Albert DM skill and see if you get a good response. That could increase your close rate and help you get more calls. There's also another very useful use case that you can use a bit further down in your AI business career, which is, let's say you want to hire someone for the future, or you want to install an AI agent to communicate with your clients. You can create a skill like this, basically instructions for how the AI or the setter should behave, and you can give your appointment setter access to this skill so they can use this every time they respond, and thereby give way better responses and increase your call booking rate. And now we can see it says, I'll analyze Albert's communication style from the transcripts, blah, 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 blah. This is a knowledge plus task skill. Created the skill, done, Albert DM skill is live. Let's click new session right here and see if we now have the Albert DM skill. We don't have yet, so I'm going to close down Claude and open up Claude again. That will basically refresh it so we can see the skill that I just created. If we then write /Albert DM like this, and we are utilizing the skill now we can go, let's go ahead and find some conversation. Like, let's just say this, for example, right here. Now I can paste this in and say, how would Albert respond to sell a voice agent? Now it's going to utilize the Albert DM skill. It's going to look at the conversation, and then it's going to give a response for what we should respond to this client. And there we go. You can see that's sick, dude. You're building a whole army. Quick question though, while you're building all that out, who's calling your leads the second they come in? Because that's the one thing that I get running first. You can see it's using the exact things I talked about. Setting yourself as the authority, setting yourself in the position that is what I would do, and then speed to leads where money leaks, basically educating the client. We could hook up a voice agent that calls every new lead instantly and books them. Then your master AI can take it over, and later once it's built, pretty fucking good now. Wasn't like this 2 years ago when we started. It's using slurs, like, this is pretty good. I would maybe do a bit shorter response, but like this is a good response. And then if you buy it, we can potentially hop on a call and I can show you how it works. Sick. So what I'll do is that I'm going to upload this Albert DM skill into the folder with all my other skills. So I'm just going to create a new skill. I'm going to call it Albert DM. Then I'm going to, can you open the Albert DM skill in my Finder, please. Then I'm going to go into the folder Albert DM, insert this skill right here that we just created. And now I can just go in and grab this skill and you can use it for your own. The way you do that, by the way, is that you just right click on this right here, click download. That gives you this folder of all of my Claude skills. And then you can literally just drag this folder in right here and say, please research how to install Claude skills, and then it's going to install all of the skills for you. When you're downloading things like this from the internet, you always want to make sure that the things are right. So what I would do, honestly, and recommend that you do, is first tell Claude to check through this folder, check through these skills, and make sure that there's no like security vulnerabilities or anything in this folder. And then you can install it. Of course, I've made the skills. I know there's nothing in there, but just good practice for you so you know that you need to do this when you download skills from the internet. Great. Let's see if we get a response from these potential clients. If not, we're potentially going to have to do some cold outreach, but I'll of course also show you how to do that, even if we close them or if you don't close them. I want to show you both how to get leads and close clients from your warm network and from cold outreach.